Alrighty, welcome back for another Karlov Manor draft. It's the new set. It's the Pro Tour format. We are in the queues. And boom, we opened a Cryptic Coat. Love this card. It's extremely powerful and very fun. All right, I'm slamming Cryptic Coat really over nothing even remotely close. There's like Out Cold, Case of the Burning Masks, Whisper Drinker Vampire, but Cryptic Coat is the truth. And ooh, that leads us right into a Reasonable Doubt. This is a fast format, and Reasonable Doubt being a 2-mana play is pretty nice. It makes me a little sad that Undercity Eliminator, Persuasive Interrogators, like these good, 5 and 6 mana cards, I just don't think you're supposed to take those quite this early, especially after taking a Cryptic Coat. I'll just stay blue, and you know what? Maybe if the Living Conundrum comes back, we can get a stew going. But for right now, I'm happy enough taking the coat, and then I'm going to follow it up probably with Makeshift Binding. This card is quite strong. It's not only unconditional removal as long as this sticks around, but you gain 2 life. That's a really, really strong ability. There's Tunnel Tipster as well. This card's pretty good. Unscrupulous Agent is also not a bad card. And I do like Flourishing Bloomkin, actually, but starting with blue, going into blue-white seems like a pretty smart place to be. Oh, look, now there's Fuss and Bother. I don't want to be any fuss and bother, but casting Bother for 6 mana, getting 3 flyers and a Surveil 2, that is a very effective way to win the game. And we've got a really good start to just a blue-white, just very solid deck. Could be Detective Aggro, could not. Who knows? Oh, look, Fabricate. That's cool. You go get an artifact. I go get my Cryptic Coat. I'm not going to do that. You don't have the time to do that. I think I'm just going to take the old Triple C here, Cold Case Cracker. 4 mana, 3/3 flyer. When it dies, investigate. I do like Fae Flight too. Countering a removal spell and getting +1/+1 flying forever is really nice, but this deck has almost no creatures in it, so taking Cold Case Cracker is great. And look, I can follow it up with a Deduce. You just drop one of these on turn 2, and then turn 3 play a 3-drop, turn 4 crack it, play another 2-drop. This is just a very smooth card, and it puts you up cards, which is nice when I'm trying to cast 6 mana plays like Bother. I do like Long Goodbye as well, but I think Deduce is a pretty easy pick. And then there's Furtive Courier, and then there's Sudden Setback, and they're both pretty decent, I think. Let's see. Furtive Courier, I have to sack an artifact to make it unblockable, but it's a 3/2 loot on attacks. Yeah, I kind of like that. It's a good way to follow up a 2-drop, and then I only have 1 white card because Fuss and Bother is a blue card, so I could take like Suspicious Detonation here. I could end up being blue-red clues pretty easily. I already have a Deduce to make a clue and a Cold Case Cracker. All right. I'll keep my options open for now. And then this pack, well, I'm going to go back to white here because Crovad Haunch is a fine playable. You kind of use this as gain 3 and make 2 1/1s a lot of the time. You can Bone Splitter up a flyer. I just don't think Person of Interest is all that good, so I don't really have a strong reason. Oh, I'll take Living Conundrum here. All right. Now, and I guess I'll take Hotshot Investigators, though that'll probably go to the board. It's a little slow. Now, I could be very heavy blue and go blue-red clues or something along those lines. Well, it's going to be kind of hard to turn down Neighborhood Guardian. Like, that card is really good. So I think, especially given that I picked up a Crovad Haunch, yeah, I'll put the Living Conundrum in the bin for now. Look, there is a Shock, though. Shock is nice. I could have Shock, Suspicious Detonation. I'm really not that well set up to be a white aggro deck. All right. Nobody can stop me. I'm going to take Shock here, and we're going to go the other direction. And, oh, another Fuss and Bother. All right. Take that over Case of the Gateway Express. Take out the white cards. Maybe I'll splash the white. That's not actually out of the questions. And Living Conundrum in a blue-red clues deck can actually be pretty decent. Yeah, so we'll take another Fuss Bother, which is what I would have taken out of that pack regardless of what my first pick was. And then now I'm thinking Case of the Burning Masks as another removal spell, and you can flip it easily with the Thopter tokens. Over Jaded Analyst and Dramatic Accusation, yeah, that seems fine. I've had some good times with Leyline of the Guild pack. Played that at the RC, but with Rhinos. But I'm going to take another Shock here over Projector Inspector. Okay, this is actually working out kind of nicely. What I really want to find is more Deduces, because Deduce gets me to 6 mana. So it would be nice to find ways to get a little bit more card advantage. I don't really want to play any of these. I'm pretty far away from playing Buried in the Garden, though that is the best card. I guess I'll take Buried in the Garden in case I go 5 colors somehow, though that seems unlikely. See, look, this is pretty sad. It's a 7 mana 4/4 rare that looks like it's got a Spells Matters theme, and it's just not a good card. You have to sack other creatures. It costs 7. It's just, I mean, I guess I could take it here. There's just no chance I'm going to play this card. Though I guess make a bunch of tokens, but the thing is sacking tokens doesn't help because X is the total power of the creatures you sacrificed. So you need a lot more than that. Let's just get some deduces, and then I'll be feeling pretty good about this. All right, I'm almost going to time here. Forensic Gadgeteer. No, we're taking second Living Conundrum. We've got a plan, and we're sticking to it. Now that we have 2 Conundrums, we're just going to try to deck ourselves every time. It's going to be great. All right, I'll take a Candlestick mostly because it's a clue. Do I have any other reason to want artifacts in my deck? Not really. So I'll probably keep this on the board. But okay, now that I have 2 Living Conundrums, I'm going to go, if I can find like Flotsam, Jetsam, if I can get any amount of copies of Deduce would be really good. Oh, there's Deduce. All right, and look, we got Shocks for early game, Case of the Burning Masks, and then we finish things off with the Living Conundrums here. I'll pass the white cards just to maybe give someone else a reason to go white. See, Faith Flight is not what I want. Jaded Analyst I will play, though. That'll be a nice little defensive card. And all right, another Hotshot Investigators that I'm not going to play. Oh, and to Prof's Eidetic Memory. This card is pretty messed up. I don't have that many creatures, but it's a cantrip that says whenever you draw an extra card, or at the beginning of combat, for each extra card you've drawn, give a +1/+1 counter. I don't think I need a third Fuss Bother. Coerce to Kill is also a very good card. You steal a creature and make it a 1/1 assassin with Death Touch, but I think I'm going to take Prof's Eidetic Memory here. It's a cycler that gives you value when you have any creatures in play, and every time you draw a card, you get more value. Oh, wait a second. Case of the Crimson Pulse. Boom, 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 boom. So it's a Tormenting Voice. You discard, draw 2, but if you have no cards in hand, then each turn you discard your hand and draw 2 cards. This will tear through your deck. It is a little bad with Fuss Bother, but you can discard that. Okay, you know what? I'm going to go for it. I just got to take all the cheap cards that I can find. Ooh, a blue-red land is nice, but Projector and Spectre to also get me some draw discard going. I think I have to take that. Seems like that would be pretty good in this deck. Plus, I could use a few more creatures to use Prof's Eidetic Memory. This deck is looking sweet. Let's see. I guess I'm pretty unhappy at the thought of splashing, but I'm not playing any of these other cards. So I'll take Coerce to Kill, and if I get a little bit of fixing, which I probably won't at this point, I could play it. Oh man, a late Novice Inspector. What is going on? I guess I'll take Sanitation Automaton. Not a very good card for sure. Oh, Gadget Technician is pretty nice in a blue-red deck, so I'll take that over Gravestone Strider. Though Gravestone Strider could help me splash. Not that I'm very likely to at this point. We're at 20 cards. I mean, if I have to play like a Candlestick or something, I will. And then, let's see. So Flotsam, Jetsam, mill 3 cards, then Investigate. And at 6 mana, they mill 3 and you can cast a spell from their graveyard. It's that or like a little Crime Stopper sprite. I think mill 3 cards, Investigate. Like, I think I'm trying to get to deck myself with Conundrum pretty nicely. Oh, I don't think I can do that. So I think I'll take Sudden Set Pact. Agency Outfitter does not seem like what this deck wants. Oh, a second Coerce to Kill? Okay. I'll just play 18 lands since this deck was already short on playable, or it was a little short on playables. I could have used another Deduce, sadly, but I got a lot of cycling. Oh, Fairy Snoop actually looks like it could be good too. Okay. Let's see if what we can do here. This deck is going in a very different direction than these normally do. I kind of think I could end up playing the 2 Coerce to Kills. Oh, I have 4 Hotshot Investigators. Wow, you get 2 of them, you just keep bouncing each other and getting a clue each time. 6 mana, make a clue. Busted. So if I want to splash, it would probably be like 7/7/4, 18 lands, or maybe even 8/7/3. But then I'd still have to cut 3 cards. I guess I could cut Sanitation Automaton. I don't really want to play that anyway. I don't have very many creatures, but I think that's all right. And I mean, getting a Prof's Eidetic Memory tokens counters on the 2/5 hexproof is pretty nice. Just make it a 4/7 hexproof. It'll hold the ground. All right, I've got a bunch of 6s. I mean, Coerce to Kill is a really strong card. What would I take out otherwise? I mean, I guess Jaded Analyst is just okay. I think Suspicious Detonation is good. I could also, I'm not going to flip Case of the Burning Masks that often, so I could go down to six mountains and then play 17 lands, but I think this looks like a pretty good 18 land deck. Ooh, it can cast, oh, this is blue-green. I can't cast Flotsam off swamps, unfortunately. And then I could play like 9 islands. I just need the one mountain for my 4 red cards, and then 3 swamps. I guess at that point, actually, I kind of want to just go like 9, 4, 5. And then blue has double Deduce, Prosthetic Memory, Flotsam as all like card draw plus 2 looters. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. And then I just need to draw 1 swamp, 1 mountain at some point. I do have to cut 1 more though. And I think Case of the Crimson Pulse is good. It could be Jaded Analyst, but I would, I guess, be a little worried that I don't have another a play. It could also be Furtive Courier, though I guess I'm going to sack clues fairly often to make those cheap. Could also be Sudden Setback, but maybe I just cut. The 3/2s are all pretty good. I could also just cut the swamp and just play 17 lands. Because Suspicious Detonation is a cheaper card some of the time. And then Fuss and Bother, I have 2 6-drops and 2 5-drops. No, I like playing 18 lands, and I think I'm looking at cutting this Furtive Courier, I think, and keeping the Jaded Analyst, though Furtive Courier also seems decent. Case of the Crimson Pulse actually sounds pretty good. Maybe I cut Flotsam Jetsam, but how good is the Mill 3 in this deck? It does get me decked to make this 10/10 flying lifelink, hexproof, vigilance, all that. Or no lifelink, sadly. Vigilance, flying, hexproof. All right, well, we're going to cut Flotsam Jetsam, and we're going to head on in here and see how this goes. Okay, time for round 1. Let's see if the Living Conundrum plan is reasonable at all. I'm on the play. Oh, wow, this looks like a pretty good Case of the Crimson Pulse hand, too. Look, I get to go Shock into Reasonable Doubt, into Shock, into Case. And then I would like to wait till turn 5 if I can, though I guess I do need to draw a 3rd land at some point. But, I mean, this hand's even actually kind of nice, even if it stalls on land a little bit. Okay, well, not too much more. Come on. Face down card, counter it. Submit 0. All right. Land, please. All right, there we go. Land. Let's just play Projector Inspector here. Draw. Discard. Probably Fairy Snoop. Or, man, at this point, I just discard Jaded Analyst, I think. And then next turn, I'm going to cast Case of the Crimson Pulse. I'm assuming these shocks are still going to be okay. Okay. Yeah, I guess my shock will still be okay because I'm going to have to go. I mean, I guess I'm going to double shock. Yeah, I guess there's no real way around it. Let's attack there. I mean, maybe they don't block somehow, but that would be just ridiculous, I think. Might as well give them a chance to make an error. Or if they don't block, I'll just shock it once. But, all right. I'll get 2 for 1. Look, we'll get it back with Case of the Crimson Pulse here. It'll be easy. Even though that did make my hand a little more awkward. I was really hoping to get to play Shock plus a 3-drop that turn. I hate spewing off mana, but Planeswalker getting to tick up is the perfect example of when you got to throw mana efficiency out the window. Okay, they have a 2/4 reach. Sure, that's fine. Land. I'm just going to slam Living Conundrum here. And pass the turn. And wow, I'm just going to solve this right away. All I have to find is a land in my next 3 draw steps. That's pretty sick. All right. 4/4 makes this a 3/5. Sure. Okay, so now I go Yeah, actually, I guess it doesn't matter too much how I play it. Oh, no, sorry, I guess... I messed that up. Okay, well, what I wanted to... It actually is going to work out fine. Almost slightly better. It's going to work out better this way. But I actually could have gone down to 0 cards in hand and cast this. Because then I wouldn't have had to discard. I could have gone land number 6, cast fairy, cast that. Interesting. They're representing a combat trick of some kind. I guess I'll block like that. I don't love it, but I don't know. Maybe I should have actually double blocked, because if they had removal, then it would work better. But no, they just had the combat. Or I guess double blocking really wouldn't have worked out. All right. It's okay. There's more Living Conundrums where that came from. Okay. Oh, Fuss and Bother. So let's just play my last card. Cast Bother. Surveil 2 here. Oh yeah, let's get those out of here. We're tearing through our deck. And then I will attack for 2, I guess. And pass the turn. Maybe because of Airtight Alibi attacking there is bad. Okay, so now every turn I'm going to draw 2 cards on upkeep and then draw 1 for my turn. But at the end of every turn, I would discard my hand. All right, if they can't kill Case of the Crimson Pulse, I'm going to take over this game really quickly. I'm probably going to go for a double block here of Projector Inspector and a Thopter against the Hazda Vigilante. And then next turn, maybe flip the fairy, but... Oh, I guess I discard at the beginning of my upkeep, sure. So there's no real good timing on flipping this. Okay, well, this is going to be close then, because Tollsmear is just a very strong card. A 3/2... Okay, you tapped out first and then did that? All right, that's a little odd. Do you have another... Oh, yeah, they have the +1/+1 for each creature you have. Sure. All right, I mean, they can have some combat tricks. Let's see if we can... Oh, no trick there. All right. Or at least they chose not to play it. Are they post-combat going to bite something? All right. Discard my hand and then draw 2 cards. Oh, there we go. 4. So now I am not going to get a chance to play both of these. Let's take... It's a 3/2 lifelink. Yeah, let's take Voja here. And ship the turn. And what I hope I don't hit my second Living Conundrum if I have to flip this up, because the problem is I'm going to flip this up and then I'm going to discard my hand on my upkeep. So it's a little bit awkward. I drew 9 mana worth of plays this turn, which is like a little unlucky, but obviously drawing Course to Kill is so much better than not having that I'm pretty happy with it still. I guess I don't have very many instants that I could play in response to the trigger. So I'm going to try to not flip the fairy up if I can do anything around about that. Okay, do they have the 1 mana bite spell? Bite down on crime. Oh, they have that. All right. Yep, it's down. It has been bitten down on crime. Okay, block. I assume they're going to pass here. I'm going to flip this. All right, I just want to see just bad cards. Like a Deduce would actually be awesome. No. All right. I guess I'll put Cryptic Coat in my hand. Damn. I was hoping to not see anything too good. All right, they did have to get a leg up, so these all trade off. All right, well, I'm going to discard my hand, unfortunately. Draw 2. Okay, well, these are at least something. This is a sorcery, so I guess I'll play this face down, because there's no point in casting this, because they only have a 3/5 in play. All right. I've missed a few times on this case. That's unfortunate, but I actually think we're doing okay still, because I would imagine that I'm going to be able to really leverage this stuff over the next few turns here. Let's not draw 2 good spells in the same turn. And I would like to be able to play all the cards I draw. All right, well, there we go. Oh, wow. This is actually kind of sick. So now, look, I get to go Furtive Courier, Proph's Eidetic Memory. Oh, I guess I actually even wanted to play the Proph's Eidetic Memory first. But the memory is gonna be so sick here because I go land, beginning of combat. So I've drawn 3 extra cards this turn. What do I make big? I kind of think I just make the Furtive Courier big because this thing has reach anyway. And then pass the turn. All right, they crack their clue. Draw. Because this thing, when I crack a clue, it'll be unblockable, which is pretty nice. All right, discard my hand. Wow, I've never gotten this combo going before. It is disgusting. All right, let's go Living Conundrum. Deduce, draw, crack a clue. This is now unblockable. I think I'm going to put the counters on the Conundrum. Like if the Conundrum dies, then I lose anyway. Draw, discard. All right, I'm not going to get to use Fuss Bottler this turn, but I'm going to get the max amount of clues. Okay, they got nothing, and then now we get our last 2 cards. Oh, Sudden Setback is actually pretty nice. So let's take the Vitu-Ghazi Imposter, leave Sudden Setback up, and then let's put the counters on the Thopter now. And then send with these, and then I can Sudden Setback whatever. Oh, I have to discard a card. Oh, that's funny. Well, I'm going to have to cast this at some point here because of the case of the Crimson Pulse. But look, game 1, we got to no cards in deck with Living Conundrum. We have Sudden Setback, so I guess I could have made it unblockable, but we kind of lived all the dreams. We flipped the case. Case Eidetic Memory is pretty sick, and then case into Living Conundrum. All right, maybe we got something going here. All right, time for round 2, but we kind of already lived the dream, so. All right, I'll keep this hand. This hand isn't the best, but, you know, it's got turn 2 Jaded Analyst, and then nothing much past that. Am I supposed to mulligan this hand? I mean, maybe. All right, it's fine. I'll block the Repeat Offender. I'll take 3 off the Gorehound. Wow, they milled a card with a graveyard ability. What is it like? All right. Fuss Bother wasn't ideal. What I would like to draw is like a Projector Inspector, or honestly the case would be okay. The Fairy Informant or whatever, it would be okay too. Julie, calm down. All right. And I mean, anything I could play would be fine here. Obviously, doing nothing on turn. If I end up doing nothing on turns 4 and 5, I'm not going to win. And at this point, it's looking pretty likely that's the case. Like, even if I'd drawn a Deduce last turn, I could have then turn 4, cracked the clue, and cast Detonation. And that would have been awesome. But how about instead I just do nothing and then concede? That seems like a better plan. I mean, they went 1, 2, 3, 4, which is obviously what this format is, just because it's every format they make these days. Hopefully at some point they start designing cards again instead of just using a spreadsheet. But yeah, I mean, there's not very many formats where this would have worked out. Obviously, just drawing extremely expensive cards is part of the risk here. I mean, who am I kidding? I am dead. All right. That was you know, one of those rounds. I kept 2 drop plus 2 5 drops plus 4 lands, and then drew 5 drop 6 drop land, and so there it goes. All right. First we lived the dream in every way, and then we had a game where we didn't play a spell. So let's see if we can get maybe a more normal draw. This hand is fine. This is turn 2 Analyst, turn 3 Courier. No red for shock yet, but at some point I'll get there. That's really annoying. Red, black. I guess I'll... Wow. Exiling a land feels so punishing there, but I think that's fine, especially since I will want to keep a mountain if I draw it. I just thought discarding Jaded Analyst was just going to be too greedy. Like, they're going to play creatures. Yeah, look, now they killed this. It's fine, instead of killing the Furtive Courier. All right, I get whacked. Whack-renoed. All right, well, that's a lot of swamps. If I get an attack in, that would be good. I'm just not going to block. I don't really know what... There's any number of combat tricks they could have. I don't think taking one is a huge cost. If they had just a way to kill this, they would just kill it. All right. Let's deduce first. Okay, land. I'm just going to crack the clue to make this unblockable. My hand needs some improvement, so yeah. Actually, I'm going to discard a shock now. Look, if I end up drawing a mountain, then I'll just, and hopefully we can just discard an island then. But I don't want to discard land number 6 when I have Fuss Bother in hand against a black-red deck where that's going to be really good. Oh, this is actually sick, because now I get to coerce to kill, steal the Phoenix, attack, and loot. Now I'll discard an island pretty much no matter what I draw. Oh, yeah. And then my graveyard is big enough that I can actually pay the evidence cost. And if you do, this just comes back on my side of the board. I don't think they know that. All right, I'll block Repeat Offender. All right, do I want to collect evidence? Yes, I do. So that's, you learn something new every day, unless they have a... Let's just get Course to Kill out of here. Unless they have something, which they don't. Now it's just my Phoenix, and the same thing will happen again. They milled the Leering Onlooker. People are good at that. But I mean, that was just a huge blowout. I traded a Course to Kill for a Phoenix and a Repeat Offender, and now I have a Phoenix in play. And if they kill it, I get to get it back again. Their deck can't beat their own card. It's awesome. Oh, they're just equipping Lead Pipe on that thing. Let's attack and loot. Discard an island. And now they're just dead. I mean, this is not very close. Oh yeah, we'll keep Case of the Crimson Pulse. All right. Well, the Course to Kill splash has been amazing so far, and in particular, casting it on the Phoenix there was just such an unbelievable beating that I think my opponent certainly could not deal. All right, 2-1. My opponent's name is actually. Opponent goes first. Oh, the Dream Hand. This is my favorite deck I've drafted so far. This deck is so fun. Just all shocks, deduces, and Cases of the Crimson Pulse with Living Conundrum. Like, how could you go wrong? Be kind of nice if they played a good 2-drop that I could just bzzzt and then deduce on turn 2. But we'll see what they do. All right. It's not that I think the Jaded Analyst is great, but my next couple turns of mana are kind of spoken for, so I feel like there's no real reason not to do that. Yeah, we'll see. Okay, yeah, that would have cost 3 to shock. Oh, which I still can actually if I want to. I think I probably will just shock that then. Yes. Pay the ward. What do we get? What do we get? Oh, nice. A Gadget Technician. Well, I'm glad I shocked it. All right, they're on mono blue into another face down card. I'm just going to go Case of the Crimson Pulse. Discard an island, draw 2. All right, a kind of weak hand. It's going to take me a while to empty my hand at this rate, but they're also, yeah, they're not doing that much. So let's just go Living Conundrum here. All right, no plays. Another land is such a bad draw. I need another looter so I can get to the point where I'm looting away these lands. Uh-oh. Extract a Confession. Brutal. Brutality. All right. No, lands are so bad to draw right now. I think I will crack the clue, though. Oh, Cryptic Coat. Nice. All right. I'll just play that. I was thinking of playing Suspicious Detonation, but I'm happy enough doing this. All right, we cloaked an island? Sure. I just need to find a Projector Inspector. All right, well, I will block. Okay, that was just a trade, and they're... Oh, they had a 6-2 Menace. I guess I'm glad I blocked. So now they get to drag the Canal, though. They get to do Gain 2, Surveil 2, Investigate. Draw... Oh, Gadget Technician. So now I have... I can cast this face up. Yeah, I think... Hold on. Or I can cast it face down, flip it, and still return the cloak. All right, I'll cast it face down. Just so my opponent doesn't really know what's going on. Wow, the dog is just losing it. That's all right. All right. And in 2 turns, if I haven't drawn land, in 2 turns I'll have the case going. And I don't think blue-black is going to be able to beat that very easily. They have dealt with one of my Living Conundrums, but hopefully the second one will get them. Extract a Confession is going to get you no matter what, pretty much. All right, I guess I'll take it. No reason to give them a clue here. And presumably they're going to play something else. All right. Let's bounce this. And then flip this. Draw. Okay, that means I might be even faster at flipping this. Play this, play this. Hit swamp. Send for 1, and it's whenever 1 or more, and it's 1 per turn. All right, so I'm probably going to have to kind of bite the bullet and just make some trades here, because there is a Homicide Investigator in play, and I wanted to get these 2 down and bounce the coat. Though maybe I should have just Suspicious Detonationed the Homicide Investigator. It's only you control. Okay. And they're on 6 mana. Crime Stopper Sprite. Okay. And they collected evidence? Yeah, they did. All right, lock down the 3/2. And then flip a 1/4. Sure. What? Okay. I guess I'll block. Surprised the Homicide Investigator came in, but we'll take it. All right, I'll bounce the coat while I'm at it too. So don't have enough to. I'm not expecting to play everything here, but first I'll play the coat. I actually should be playing this first in case it's something I want to flip under it. No, it is not. And then let's nug the 2/2 because that does more to me. And attack for 1. And then now I should be good. If I can attack with the looter, I don't really see how this doesn't flip. And I still have all my control magics in my deck too. So that's worth noting. I'll take my 1. They'll play a Snarling Gorehound? Sure, into a Steamed Core Scholar. Wow, they get to surveil. Surveil away to land, discard. They're going to discard 1 or 2. Wow, they discarded a Curious Cadaver, which they can get back with their clue. Look at them. Just firing on all cylinders over there. Okay. I think we're about to solve the case. Crime Stopper Sprite, locking down. Oh, the Furtive Courier again. Okay, don't draw a land, please. That's annoying. All right, take 1. I mean, the Cryptic Code is pretty busted, to be honest. And this is just a land. Oh, ooh, a Cold Case Cracker. That's going to be nice. I'm going to flip that up at some point, and they are not going to know what's coming. Okay, next turn is the turn I flip the case, I suspect. I'm going to take some damage here. I think... Yeah, I'm just not going to block, because I think blocking will be an option next turn, and if I draw a Fuss Bother, it'll be a lot better. Are they going to bounce my Furtive Courier? Or are they going to bounce my token? Ooh, Prof's Eidetic Memory. So having the token out would have been nice, given that. But let's go Memory, draw. Ooh, Fuss Bother. I like that. So 4, 7. 3, 4. So I'm 1 mana short of flipping the Cold Case. But I think casting Fuss Bother is pretty good. The question is, do I want to attack with Furtive Courier? I don't think so. I think I'm just going to do this. Surveil 2. Put this on top because I'm not drawing or anything here. Pass the turn and then put counters on that and then pass. The case is solved. I've got some good blockers here. Oh no, okay. Well, I'm gonna go to 4 here. I feel like I'm actually doing fine. Because a thinking cap, but they can't equip it, right? Yeah. I could also go to 2. That wouldn't be completely crazy. Because I know I'm drawing a Living Conundrum next turn. Oh, but I also have a Cold Case Cracker. So yeah, let's just go double block Steam Core, and then these are all both garbage, so I'll double block there. I go to 4. Let's see. Do I want to return the things? 4, 1, 2, 3, 7. I have 11 mana, and right now I'm spending... I don't think so, because if I draw a spell I want to play, I don't want to be locked into having Cryptic Coat in hand. All right, so definitely playing Living Conundrum. I have to play that. And then I can Sudden Setback. Sudden Setback is actually kind of... Oh, I'll do it on Upkeep. Okay. And then I'll put the counters on the Conundrum. And then pass. Okay. Well, nice to show they've drawn a land. They get the Curious Cadaver back, but actually I feel like I'm in pretty good shape here, because I am going to get to... Oh, that I don't care about at all, actually. Because this Projector Inspector was already not doing anything. And then, look, now they're going to attack. I'm going to flip up my flyer. It's going to be a 4/3 flyer. You can't equip Thinking Cap over cast. All right, I guess you can. That's a somewhat surprising play, but I mean, I guess it goes for lethal. All right, I'll turn this face up. Block. Oh, it can't be blocked. I was like, why is this thing giving me... All right, and then they can't play their thing. So now I'm going to sudden setback. I think I'm probably going to bounce the Thinking Cap and see what they do. Okay, and I have 8 cards left, so I'm soon going to be... they're getting that thing out of here. I'm soon going to be out. Ooh. All right, well, I drew a lot of spells at once, but I think that's okay, because I'm going to get to cast another Bother here. Do I have enough mana? Yeah, I have enough mana. All right, I'll keep them both on top. And then I'll put a +1/+1 counter on, or 2 +1/+1 counters on that, and I'm at 2. I have a lot of blockers here. Let's bash for 4. Say go. They get to draw 1 new card, but next turn, yeah, they're going to be coerced to kill. This deck is so sweet. I hope they don't draw a burn spell. All right. I have how many cards left in hand? In deck? 2. It's not very many. Okay, coerced to kill, Steel Fairy Snoop. Coerced to kill, Steel Curious Cadaver. And I have 2 cards in hand in deck, so I guess I can't. Yeah. Oh, they had no burn spells. All right. Got another Dubberino here, and we are on to the next. All right. We are back. We're 3-1. And, yeah, this deck has been really fun to play. I'm on the draw. Okay, well, being on the draw and going Reasonable Doubt, you're a 3-drop is pretty strong. I hope they don't lead on a 2, of course, but Case of the Filched Falcon. That is a good card. They get to make a clue immediately, and then if they have 3 artifacts, they solve this, and they can sack it to make one of their non-creature artifacts, one of those clues, into a 4/4 flying bird. Okay, they had Meticulous Archive, so that means no 2-drop, and then, oh, they didn't even crack. They used that instead of cracking the clue, but they also might be trying to get towards enough clues here. No plays, really? Okay, I didn't think so. Reasonable Doubt. This is so good, because now I get to go Slam Cryptic Coat. My hand is good, so I don't need to play Furtive Courier, and this thing's unblockable and has a ward, so what are you worried about? Oh, getting to flip that up could be kind of nice too, because then I get to go Cold Case Cracker next turn. And okay, no plays. All right, I'll play my 4-drop. They have a counterspell, then they have a counterspell. Nope, they have Cycle Panther, Crack the Clue. That's probably my idea. So is Cold Case Cracker, presumably it's a ghost that cracks a cold case, right? Like there's the cold case and it's the cracker. It cracks the cold case wide open. It solves its own death. But we aren't sure. What if it's a cold case cracker, as in a cracker snack that's stored in a cold case? You go to the store and you get the cold case cracker, right? Like, there's no rule saying it's one or the other. My opponent's also messing around with Detective's Satchel, and they've solved their case and all that. So that's cool and all for them, but I'm kind of curving out. I countered their 3-drop on the draw, then went 3-drop unblockable, 4-drop, 3/3 flyer, and their turns 4 and 5 were cycle, draw, and cast Detective Satchel. So yeah, that's just not the most assertive of plays. All right, they're going to lock down. What are they going to lock down? The Furtive Courier. I guess they don't want to lock down the Cold Case Cracker because they can make a 4/4 with the Case of the Filcher de Falcon. It's all right. We're just going to... Oh, there's Case of the Crimson Pulse. We're just going to attack our busted unblockable rare. And then cast Fuss Bother here. And... All right, they've solved the case. And I don't want Jaded Analyst, but I will take a Course to Kill. All right, so now what? They're just super dead is what? Oh man, when I Course to Kill this thing, if they're tapped out, because I could sack it in response, but if I steal it, then I get a 4/4 flyer because it has... Oh, I get a 5/5 flyer because there's base toughness 1/1. Oh, another Case of the Filched Falcon. See, I like a lot of what they're doing. I just don't know why they have like green and red cards and white cards in their deck. Or sorry, not red, white and green cards in their deck. It looks like a base of a good red-blue deck. Okay, they've solved the case. Even if I steal their thing, they can still attack. So I think I'm going to cast Deduce first. Oh, interesting. I kind of don't want to cast the case then. Let's just crack a clue to make the Furtive Courier unblockable. And then because I don't mind discarding a land, I'll attack with these two. Draw again. Discard. I really don't want to discard any of these things. Oh, I can't discard Shock, though. That would be crazy. Let's discard Course to Kill. I mean, I think I'm going to just kill them this turn anyway, because now they're at 2 and I have a Shock up. But you never know. I mean, I assume they're going to solve the case here. I don't really know what else they could do. Sure. Just shock you. That can pay for Reasonable Doubt. They have to have like an instant speed life gain card. They have a nice, so I guess that's it. And boom. Another nice dub. This one was like kind of more of a beatdown plan. We didn't take control of the game at all. In fact, they were the one who had like kind of an engine going, but 3/2 unblockable into 3/3 flyer into 3/2 unblockable. All right, that gets us to 4/1. Let's hop back in. This is great. All right. 4-1, battle against, I believe that's Tybalt. And I'm on the play. This hand obviously could go wrong, but on the play, going Deduce on 2, hope to draw 3, if not crack the clue, Cracker on 4, and then 2 Fuss Bothers. Like, Fuss Bother goes a long way towards stabilizing by itself. I don't know. I don't think you're supposed to mulligan. Opponent mulliganed as well. 1/3 reach, and when they turn something face up, they get counters. Sure. Draw. Let's crack this, because if I draw a mountain, it would be nice to have played it. All right. Well, I've missed pretty hard. I drew 2 off Deduce, and I drew Island and 2 red cards. But Playing Cold Case Cracker next turn. Seems pretty good. Okay, Course to Kill wasn't a great draw. I mean, this hand has gone wrong about the worst way it could possibly, which is drawing a bunch of red and black cards and not drawing any blue cards or any red or black lands. So, like, I had to really hit from, like, those two pools of the deck. But we'll see. If I draw another, like, the deuce next turn, it actually wouldn't be terrible. Oh, I'm blocking you. Don't you worry about that. I want to get my card out of this. All right, well, Jaded Analyst at least is a play. And then now... I mean, I still think we're actually doing fine, because now if this thing dies and I can crack a clue end of turn, it will help. They did nothing on their turn 4. They didn't flip anything. They didn't cast anything. All right, they go get a land. If I draw a land this turn and can cast the first Fuss Bother, it'll be awesome. If I don't, spewing off so much mana like that is going to be pretty hard to come back from. But it kind of depends on what they're doing. All right, land. All right, pass the turn. Brutal. It was like a 4-land opener, and I drew 2 extra cards on the way. Have I drawn a non-blue land or even a 6-land, either one would be okay. I guess if they play like a 6-drop or a 5-drop this turn, I'll be glad I drew the Reasonable Doubt, but I effectively lost 6 mana there. Yeah, this isn't good. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'll take it. I don't really have blocks. Can at least they follow it up with something I can counter? That would be very nice. Nope. All right, well, here's land number 6. And it's an island, of course. Because if it was a mountain, I could also scribe mountains to the bottom. But, nope. All right, well, let's see. Let's see if this... I mean, do you have the counter or not? Like... This isn't really... Oh my god, it's Repulsive Mutation? Okay. So they countered it and put 2 counters. Yeah, it turns out I needed to draw the land last turn because... Oh, that's why they did nothing on turn 4. That makes more sense now. I've drawn abysmally badly this game, and I am going to lose as a result. I guess if I top deck Swamp and I can put Coerce to Kill on Granite Witness, I kind of have a shot. But... that's kind of what it's going to come down to. I mean, if the second Fuss Bother resolves, then I guess I have chump blockers for a while. But they still have that face-down card, 2 face-down cards, so that's pretty threatening. Okay. Let's cast another Fuss Bother. And surveil that away. I'll keep Proph's Eidetic Memory. I mean, it cycles anyway, so... Pass. Okay, they didn't flip anything out of turn, but that just means they have like monsters to flip here. Like they're going to flip something ridiculous now. We'll see how this goes. Currently my plan is to like chump Granite Witness with the Cold Case Cracker. What is this? They flipping a Crocodile Delph right now? Oh, I don't like that. Why'd you flip that immediately? Oh, okay. No, hold on. Oh, I guess it kind of doesn't matter how I block. Sure. Block like this, and I'm going to shock the Crocodile at the end of combat here, or at the end of turn. I wonder if I should have just chumped the Witness, and that way I could Coerce to Kill it if I drew a black. I don't know. Maybe that would have been better. The problem is my hand next turn doesn't do anything either. I'm at 2 against what's going to be 2 creatures. But I also don't think I was really winning this game at this point, no matter how I played it. Okay. Well, I was already dead. So, all right. Well, unfortunate draw, but let's get on to the next and see if we can close this out strong. All right, 4 and 2. We're into the elimination rounds here. Let's see what we can assemble. I'm on the play. This hand's certainly a lot better. I didn't really foresee the way I was losing that game to not hitting land number 6 on turn 6. And obviously I could have still lost either way, but it was just funny that like I thought that hand is more prone to get run over and die before we get to fuss bother, but that's not how it played out. Opponent moved to 5, by the way, so it's going to be a little tough for him. Oh, Jaded Analyst is a really good blocker for the leech. I'm gonna play Jaded Analyst to block the leech, but I don't really care if it works or not because next turn I have Deduce plus Shock It, so that is also pretty nice. Unscrupulous Agent. All right. Suspicious Detonation. It is your time to leave. So I have to have drawn a second card and gets Vigilance. Nice. Let's go Deduce. Draw. Attack. We're going to take it, and I'm just going to shock the Fester Leech. I'm eventually going to want to do that anyway. I'm giving up the equity of like maybe getting to shock it in response to a pump, but let's say they just pass and don't spend their mana, like right there. Then I would be pretty sad that I didn't shock it, because now I would have wasted mana, because I'm really hoping to draw a land here. Oh yeah, now all is well and good, because now I get to hit with the Jaded Analyst and then crack another clue end of turn, and basically, by drawing that one land, it's like I hit my next couple land drops, or at least most likely do, because I'm going to get to draw end of turn, untap, draw again. They could have had a counter. I don't know. Would you reasonable doubt there? And maybe they chose not to. I'm not sure. Speaking of which, okay, let's actually go ahead and crack the clue again. Same deal. I basically would like to hit my land drop. Okay, which I did, and I think I'm just going to play the Gadget Technician. I don't really care if this one gets countered or killed, and I'd really rather the Cryptic Coat not get reasonable doubted, though I don't think they have it in hand at this point. Deduce is just looking great this game. Land. Slam. Well, for 2. Jaded Analyst did run out of reports to read. Interesting. Are we giving it like Death Touch? Oh, Burden of Proof? Making it a 3/3. Okay, that's a little ambitious, but all right. I mean, I guess it wasn't doing much otherwise. And then I'll just play a Cryptic Coat afterwards, and I think my opponent's going to have a hard time there. They did indeed. All right, 5 and 2. Let's get going. All right, still in elimination rounds. I really want a trophy with this deck. This deck is so sweet. All right, I don't think I can mulligan this hand, but obviously at some point I would like to draw a blue. Shock and Morphs get me there for now. Fairy Snoop. Unfortunately, I can't turn it face up unless I've already drawn the blue, or I draw my second swamp, which would also be funny. All right, well, that we are just going to shock. Okay, and, well, I mean, that's one way to do it, I guess. Turning Fairy Snoop face up off double swamp is not really how I expected this to go down, but you know what? I will take it. I really hope they don't kill it. They'd have to have shock or like slice from the shadows or something. Alley Assailant, tapped 3/3, sure. Well, now that I've drawn the land, I'm just going to actually curve out in a way that makes sense. Hit for 2, play a face-up Gadget Technician. Though it worked out really well to morph the Fairy first, because the Gadget Technician on 4 is a really efficient play. It's one of the hybrid ones that I think is the best to just cast. And then the Fairy doesn't really do much when you cast it. And then now I can probably cast Coerce to kill next turn. Oh, they're going to leave that back? Well, in that case, definitely going to. Oh, post-combat Red Herring. Well, that's a decent sequence, but we'll still take this. Because now we've got the potential, since I just drew Case of the Crimson Pulse, to not flip it next turn, but do it relatively quickly. I'm just going to hit for 1. They got to fog me with Red Herring, but now they have to sacrifice it. Well, I guess they don't, but that play seems really odd. Because I'm just going to take 2 now and attack you back with all my creatures. So, like, why aren't you cashing that in for a card? What is going on here? All right. Let him cook, I guess. We'll see. I thought that fish would have been in the graveyard a long time ago. Got a face-down creature that at this point I don't even care that much if I flip it. I wasn't planning on doing that anytime soon. They have their own face-down card. Okay. And then what? I'm probably going to attack with everything. I'll trade any of my creatures for theirs. I guess because of... Oh, then they're going to torch the witness to kill that and get a clue. Sure. Let's go... Case of the Crimson Pulse. Discard Deduce. Draw 2. Land. I'm going to send these in. Alright. Trade for the Gadgeteer, and then I'm going to go Projector, Inspector. Yeah, if I draw Living Conundrum, I'll just discard it, or discard the Cold Case Cracker. I think this is fine. And then now, because the Cold Case Cracker loots off of the Projector Inspector, assuming they don't kill it, I feel pretty good about flipping Case of the Crimson Pulse next turn. I'd have to hit 2 expensive spells in a row. And if I draw like Fuss Bother, I'll just cast that. Wow, they really wanted to save their red herring until they could crime novelist it. Okay, you know, that makes some sense. Well, I drew Fuss Bother, so I'm just going to do that instead, I guess. And this should set me up. Oh, Deduce plus Shock. I definitely want Shock. I guess I don't need... In fact, I don't want Deduce. And then I just attack for 1 because they can make this thing a 2/4. Then pass. And then now they're going to sack a clue, surely. Okay, not the red herring. I mean, makes a little more sense now, to be fair. Because they have this crime novelist out. I actually think I might block red herring with my Fairy Inspector. Or Fairy Snoop. Because I'm not going to turn this face up anytime soon. Though... Oh, interesting. Sure. I'll block. The red herring makes the crime novelist bigger, so I think just trading off is pretty nice. My face down card clearly doesn't have a whole lot of value, as evidenced by the fact that I put it in combat and never flipped it. I guess I would like for them to play something that I can shock, but if I... Oh, interesting. Case of the Burning Masks. All right. And then a Leering Onlooker. I'm going to attack here, I think. I feel like they're going to block and I can shock their thing because I'm going to have to cast Shock anyway. Because I need to flip my case here. I think they have the Death Touch Lifelink Investigate card in hand, but could be wrong. All right, the Case of the Burning Masks has officially been solved, or Crimson Pulse has officially been solved. And I'm playing against red-black removal. I feel like I should be fine now. I don't really see how they kill me when I'm drawing when I'm drawing 3 cards a turn here. All right, they solved the case. All right, they hit Soul Innervation, which I assume is what they're going to take here. I mean, they could take Convenient Target, but I kind of don't think that is... It seems maybe a little too convenient. No, I think they're just going to kill my Cold Case Cracker. Hit me for 2 down to 12, and Soul Innervation does mean they've got a repeatable source of damage in play, so I do have to watch out a little bit for that, but they're not going to trigger that like a million times. Oh, Prof's Eidetic Memory. Oh, man. Oh, no, this is fine. Hold on. I just cast Prof's Eidetic Memory. Hope to not draw anything too good. All right, yeah. Jaded Analyst, and then I have enough mana left over. Perfect. Go to beginning of combat, target this. attack, and then cast Fuss, which is effectively like casting 3 more Thopters. All right. They could have won. Oh, I didn't really count it. I guess I could have sacked the clue to kill them with the eidetic memory. All right. Well, either way, that was pretty sick. And that brings us to 6-2. So we get to play for the trophy after ranking up here to Platinum 1. All right. Trophy match. I'm on the draw, but oh, look at this. We're Grixising hard here. Shock into Reasonable Doubt, into Jaded Analyst, into Control Magic. I mean, that's kind of how you've drawn it up. That seems like a very good controlling 7, so we're definitely gonna keep that. And pass the turn. Mm-hmm. Do they have their 2-drop? They do. And bzzzt. And I'm just gonna Reasonable Doubt their next play, I think. Feels reasonable. Oh, yes. I'm very glad I didn't play Jaded Analyst here. Counter the Perimeter Enforcer. So what is this Bant Perimeter Enforcer deck? Oh, Case of the Crimson Pulse. All right. Time to get this Jaded Analyst out of here. You, sir, have done your job. You were in my hand in case I needed a 2-drop defensive creature, and I didn't really. All right. That's fine. Drawing a 5-drop is a little bit awkward here, but it's not like Jaded Analyst would have done much because this is probably going to eat those 2 and be a 3/4, and then I'm going to Course to kill it. Sure. Oh, are you going to make your Perimeter Enforcer big? Okay, there's just a white-green deck maybe splashing blue for some reason. And I am going to be satisfied with coercing your Perimeter Enforcer here. Now I have a 2/2 Death Touch Flying Lifelink, which I'm not even going to block with. My plan is to take 2 and then attack back with my Lifelinker. Buried in the Garden. Oh, they're burying the Course to kill. Okay. Well, Auto Tapper gets you again because it taps the land that... not ideal. All right, not land, not expensive spell. All right, well, let's do this again. But now I'm feeling a lot less good about things because they killed my Course to kill, which I didn't really expect. I expected them to maybe kill the creature. And I'm going to take it because there's just a 2/3. And then I'm going to hopefully draw another spell here. Museum Night Watch, sure. Oh, okay, that was fantastic. So let's go Projector, Inspector. Oh, I even pumped the Perimeter Enforcer. I didn't really take that into account. Discard Swamp. Let's go not land next turn. Not land, because if I need to draw a spell that costs 3 mana or less, and I can flip Suspicious Detonation. Due Diligence. So now they're both hitting for 9. All right. I guess there's not much I can do about that. And their last is a face down card. All right. Ugh. Really painful. Let's blow up the face down card. No reason to pay for that. All right. And pass the turn because Perimeter Enforcer is just going to try to block the Sample Collector, and then Projector Inspector can trade for the Museum Night Watch, and I just need to draw any non-land. I guess that I can cast in Reasonable Doubt I've already used, so I mean, it doesn't really matter. Assuming they don't have a trick, it doesn't matter which one they pump because I get to trade off here. All right. We take these. Everything's gone. They have a 2/2. And a Rubble Belt Maverick. They get to Surveil 2. All right. Any spell, and I'm in fantastic shape here. You got to be kidding me. All right. As long as they don't draw a spell this turn and then I draw a spell, I'm still in really good shape. Not like this. Now I'm dead. I mean, I'm not dead if they haven't drawn anything, but this looked like I was in such good shape. Okay, play this face down. Turn it face up. Let's see. And I can't even flip, and now I'm dead. Oh my god. I had to hit, for this to happen, I had to draw like 5 land in the top 4 cards or something, and they flipped just a 2/2 dork too. So if I had hit anything, then I could have very easily won. Wow, this is such a painful ending to this. 3, yeah, sure. All right, we're dead now, but I mean, whatever. I'm going to count this as a moral victory because, like, for me to lose this, it was just like, this last game was like, land, flip fairy. At that point, it didn't matter because they drew the overrun. But you know what? This deck was sick. I had a really good time playing it. That last game was painful where it's just like any card is good and it's just like land. But we still get to take a look at the double Living Conundrum deck with Case of the Crimson Pulse. And obviously Cryptic Coat's just a great card. Double Fuss Bother. Yeah, this deck played out nicely. The Double Shock was good. It had a lot of good early defense. Double Shock, Reasonable Doubt, Jaded Analyst, a bunch of 3s I could block with, and then could take over the game with Control Magics and Fuss Bothers and Living Conundrum. So a pretty sweet deck, and I really did like how it played out, which, of course, that last game had just been even a tiny bit different. But that is how the cookie crumbles, and I would say that this deck was definitely a success. That'll do it for today. I appreciate you watching as I do a little bit of Karlov mana drafting, but tomorrow it'll be back to Cube, and then Cube. So I'll be back with more Cube, and I'll see you then. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It helps out the channel, and you won't miss a single draft.